at the UnBarred tap room, where I'll be meeting with Jordan, who's the owner and head brewer at UnBarred, to go through some questions to find out more about the brewery. So, enjoy!
Hi, I'm Jordan from UnBarred Brewery. You're here in our tap room in Brighton, about 10-minute walk from Brighton Station. UnBarred started in my kitchen, really. It was where I started to brew home brews, and there's all the classic IPAs, and at a time when you're just starting to get these really exciting characteristics from the States, getting tropical flavours from hops, which wasn't really well known, and I started following breweries like Dogfish Head, big inspiration for me, and it was challenge beers. You do it differently, you don't have to make an IPA and pale ale. I come from a massive foodie family, and using ingredients differently to make something new and experiment. So just started experimenting. I then said to my wife, it's going pretty well. On a homebrew level, how about I leave my well-paid job to go become a brewer and earn no money at all? And fortunately, she supported me, knew how obsessed I was with it. And I went and worked for a brewery, worked my way up fairly quickly to head brewer, got qualified as a head brewer. All the way through that, I was still brewing at home, so UnBarred was home's first nano brewery. So even if I finish a brew, I'd come back home, carry on brewing. I had my homebrew kit set up on a Wi-Fi so I could turn the hot liquor on my way home and get another brew in, and then literally hand deliver at weekends, hand bottle and hand deliver from the shed bottom of the garden locally, and have it as a creative kitchen whilst I was brewing for other people. The UnBarred ethos is a number of things. Brew with flavour, produce lots of flavour, interest, combine lots of ingredients to make something new, challenge everything, and basically listen to the underdogs, work with people that are doing things differently and challenging it. There's a huge market out there for people competing for a low price IPA or a low price pale ale, and being able to start UnBarred at such a small level and just be brewing small batches of interesting things and sell out because that was more interesting. It seems to be now a growing market where everyone's got beer on their taps, but they're looking for the more interesting beers of those. So that's where we seem to sit quite well. And if the beer goes exceptionally well, then we'll brew it again. But we're rather pushing limits and fly close to the sun. And sometimes you get burned as part of that. But we're happy to do that and challenge everything. The worst mistake I made while brewing has got to be, it was a Friday, there was a few of us just about to clear up, or we were clearing up. The last thing was to pull a tray from underneath a tank, and I managed to catch the tri-clamp on the bottom, and we just sent the fresh work into that tank. So there was 1,600 litres in that tank that came out full pressure out the bottom, and the tap had come off. Two other guys were just finished off cleaning another tank. My background is the water industry and dealing with burst mains and project managing water mains going across fields. So I'd seen lots of live repairs, and luckily managed to open the tap that was on the floor, put it over the live gush of beer or work coming out, open, because if you put it on with the valve closed, it's just going to spray out sideways, which everyone seems to naturally want to do, is try and force it on. Push it over, get a clamp on it, timed up as much as I could with a mate of mine. Gasket wasn't on quite as well as it should be, so spraying a little bit. Had enough time to finish the other tank cleaning and then pump it over as quick as we could. And we lost, I think we only lost about 100 litres, which was pretty amazing to see. It was a live pair, and the beer tasted fine. Yeah, there was no infection, so that's probably got to be the biggest mistake. To be a good brewer, the most important attribute, in my opinion, is to be diverse and good at everything. That makes the best brewer. If you're good at one thing, you need to be good at another. The romance of brewing is you stroll in, have a cup of tea, and there's a nice bit of mist, and you put your grains in. But the truth of it is, whilst brewing or planning that brew, you need to be thinking of your ingredients for the next brew, what you're ordering, your production schedule, how many tanks you've got available, how clean they are, testing every beer that's in the tank, and you need to all be working together to get those results out. You need to be multitasked. Able to multitask. Obviously, some people specialise in certain areas. Maybe particular people really good at packaging. Other people more creative of design. You've got to work together, but you all have to be pretty flexible. I think it's important that you all share the roles of a brewery to pick up the skills of every aspect of the brewery, because it's so many roles. And yeah, to be the best brewer, you need to be able to pick up every skill. You need to be able to scrub the floor, design the beer, all the way through to knowing how that beer tastes and comes out the other end, if there's any flaws or any issues. So that's my idea of a good brewer. If you're just starting out, I would say things that you really need to think about on a homebrew scale, especially, or any scale to be honest, is think about your water. Your beer is predominantly water. If you don't treat it well, so at least remove all chlorine, as much chlorine as you can. All our water that comes through here is triple filtered. Chlorine's a gas. Boil it the day before, help get some of the free chlorines out. You can add tablets to help reduce some of the chlorines as well. Make sure that water's clean. And secondly, be methodical and obsessive about cleaning and sterility. I think they're the two key things if you're getting started. Really focus on getting those right. And repeatability. The one thing that's always exciting is, and I did it myself, I'm going to brew this style this week, I'm going to brew a Hefeweizen next week, then I want to brew a quadruple, and then I want to brew a triple IPA. Brew one style, maybe an IPA, and keep brewing that same one. And every time, write down every detail what you've done. And on the next time, you can look back and go, well, I'm going to change the hops ever so slightly. I'm going to change the water treatment ever so slightly. Then you start to learn. Before that, you can make a great beer, no idea how you made it, no idea how to make it again. I'd say they're the key things to get going. And you'll see yourself growing much, much quicker if you follow them. Brewery I would most like to collaborate with, especially locally, would have to be Burning Sky. Me starting brewing, big fan of Dark Star as local brewery, following Mark to Burning Sky. Consistency, quality, passion for the craft are all things that I have. But also, we have two completely different avenues of beer and interest in what we're producing. And I think that would just be amazing to have someone who's such a traditionalist with someone who's a complete opposite. We follow traditional methods with a lot of things we do, and even our tanks, we spuns, which is a German technique of spunning all the VFDs, and the nuances of mashing. With the end products, we will blend lots of different styles and techniques. To work with someone with such great skill locally that's who I would like to work with most. So the next few years, things that I'd love to be doing and we're already discussing and put in place now is we need to expand our brewery here quite a lot. in a very small space. The beauty of having a central Brighton tap room is the flip side of space. We've already got plans to extend our wet floor area in the tap room to put more tanks. We will be doing some barrel aging, which we're potentially going to do some this year with our first Alzilla on this site. We have some ideas of challenging beer altogether. We're already working on our fruit sodas, and there's some ideas we've got with some blending there as well. We would like another site that is very much experiential. We'll have our beers, we'll have some other breweries' beers, but we've got some great test projects that we're working on that we'd like to share and challenge some concepts of what pubs and bars are and what drinking experiences these days. And on this site, we want to carry on doing lots of experimentation, engaging with people. So hopefully early next year we'll have a test kit, and then each week on our Brewers Wednesdays, where the brewer stays late, or usually me, and we can do some test batches and work with people, build ideas, bounce them off us. If you've got a concept, a dish, or working with local restaurants, maybe someone we've done a pop-up with, creating something new on our test kit as well, and just keep pushing limits and see what we come up with and put it on in the tap room here. So the tap room is always going to have as much experience and experiences that we can work on, and if we can spread that out into an outlet or two, that really represents passion, fun, excitement, and you don't need to be a beer drinker to really enjoy that site. If you are, you really will as well. I think that's our next 3 years of what we'd like to achieve. If I could only drink one style, it would be an IPA. The reason I've done that is a bit of a curveball back, really, because for me IPAs are so loose and wide in description, from a Belgian IPA through to a double blood orange IPA. Yeah. So there would be still big parameters of what I could choose from an IPA if that's all I could drink for the rest of my life. Yeah. So yeah, we were really fortunate. Gold Coffee Mountain put a post up saying that they were looking to do some work with byproducts of the coffee plant, the coffee cherry. So every coffee bean has a cherry on the outside and quite often gets discarded. And a couple of people saw their post and straight away tagged us in and said, "Oh, UnBarred will do something with it for sure." So I lined up a phone call with the director, Ben Winger, and he's just been doing this amazing work out there. So he worked for the Senate and he's doing some humanitarian work, and went down to Nicaragua and decided to leave his full-time job to then cut out the middleman. And he now produces with these coffee farms the coffee beans and also the coffee cherries, like Mower. And all the money, profit-wise, goes back into building these areas of sustainability, of schooling, education. The whole community is growing, and the lovely thing is that they're sending us pictures, and you can see the whole families there. They're all growing, and we're starting to make use of that with our cold pressed summer stout. So arguably not a style, arguably it's kind of a white stout. So we use all the flavours you find in stout, so chocolate, you can get some smokiness, vanilla, coffee, obviously that roasty character, but in a pale beer. So we wanted to showcase the Pacamara. It's a really gentle, delicate flavour, which works really well, dark flavours as well, but we didn't want it to be too roasty and then just kill that flavour off. So we steep the coffee cherries, so it's this, the sun-dried cherries come over to us. Making tea with that by adding hot water, steeping that, we cool it down, and then we steep that with coffee beans and vanilla, and make what we're calling a cold press. That gets added to our base beer. The base beer is a pale ale that we then add cocoa nibs and flaked barley, smoked malts, so building up all these flavours that you find in a stout. And we brewed it the first year, more of a make awareness, this amazing project out there. Turned out really good, and it seems to be a forever festival. It's what the brewers are coming around and drinking, and like, how have you done this? So yeah, we're going to brew it again next year. We did quite a few batches this year. It's gone really, really quick. It is the most expensive beer we've ever made, and one of the lowest ABVs, interestingly. But just for the love of the story and the concept of the beer, it's worth it. The last beer I had that I didn't brew was yesterday by Delirium, Tremens. I really enjoy a Sunday Belgian beer, something really high ABV and a nice big mouth and relaxed or something like that. So although we do loads of flavour in our beers, I'm a big Belgian fan as well. With the beers that we're creating and what's sort of driven all these ideas is me being obsessed with trying to turn a concept into a beer. They keep coming out, more ideas are coming out all the time, and if someone throws a curveball at me and says, oh, I bet you could make that, then we'll try and do it. And last year I did, because I was, before full-time UnBarred, I was consult brewing for a lot of other breweries to pay to brew UnBarred and cookery brew it elsewhere. And now luckily we've got our own home to settle down. So in that year I brewed over 150 different beers, just in 1 year, and that sort of gives you an opportunity to sort of create your own little black book of what flavours work well, what don't, what hop characters work well together. So you start to sort of create this black book, but what that also does is opens up other opportunities of things that you want to do and keep pushing it. And we sat down with new business partners and created UnBarred, and sort of started thinking about making a core range and working backwards. And everyone we spoke to, what would you like to see from UnBarred? It's more of what we're doing, so we're sticking to that. There's 90% of the time a USP if we just struggle to, oh, that sounds like nice, oh, what if we did this? Put something in there. So the one we're releasing very soon, or probably by this is out being released, is our Bueno Shake, which it says on the can is kind of Bueno. Can't say what the concept was, but it is a very chocolatey beer, loads of mouthfeel. It's like a pudding in a can with vanilla, lactose, and loads of hazelnuts. It's just an indulgent can of pudding there. So UnBarred's going to carry on doing this, and like I was saying, it seems to be for us anyway a much bigger growing market of interest, integrity, creativity, and collaboration. So all the fun things and the reason we got into brewing in the first place. So if we can keep that going, which seems to be the right way, then we will. So the UnBarred tap room's, I think, been something that when I first started brewing, something I always dreamed of doing. And going to the States, it's common, every brewery has a tap room, even if they're in the middle of the sticks, they'll have a tap room. And being able to share variety and the spice of life of just having all this interest in variety. And to be able to do it in my hometown where it started, walking distance from the train station is an absolute dream come true, really. Since we've opened, we've struggled to keep up with demand, so hence we're getting more tanks, so we can keep that variety going. If we collaborate with other breweries, you're going to see their beers down here as well. If we work with other breweries, then we'll be doing that. But predominantly, we're trying to keep 12 taps full of different beers that we've done, and our own homemade sodas as well. So Brewer made sodas from scratch with lots of fruit, zests, and some other twists that we'll see further down the line as well. It's just the perfect thing to get direct feedback from the consumer, work with them, hold events, work with your local community, and it feeds all the way back into the brewery and helps drive production, what we're going to bring next. And that's really important to us, to have pop-ups, working with people with passion. The food pop-ups that we've had out here have been amazing. And the great thing with that is we'll swap beer for food with each other. And we had Herb Kitchen down here that had this amazing epic fire, literally teaching us how to move coals the right way under cooking food. We had half man, half burger, which made the UnBarred, the most incredible, not a respect to those guys. What they did with that was beautiful. And for the customers to come in and always see something new and of interest, it's an absolute gift. Yeah. So next couple of months, so we're coming up to Christmas. Amazing film, very quick. We have Stoutzilla brewed on this site, which I'm really, really excited about. So they're going to double mash that. It's going to be bigger than ever, and we're looking to get our first wooden barrel to age some of that for next year. Got a couple of collabs coming up, but whereas we're running out of space, I'm lucky enough to go brew it there, so bring up Brick Brewery, which are fantastic guys, fantastic beers, really great opportunity. So we've just been working on an idea now to do something with fruits in season and something sour, with thinking of a loose concept of a sort of seasonal fruit crumble with nice tartness to it there as well. And Horror Brewery up in London, who done a collab with before, now got their own site, so we've just started bouncing off some ideas. We'll see how far we push those ideas as well. So they'll all be out before Christmas. They'll be on the tap room here as well. On with that, hopefully we'll get the test kit before then, but realistically we'll probably have it in the new year, and we'll keep having more food pop-ups. And we'll also be embracing other local people who are sort of ahead of the game in craftsmanship. So we're going to be selling, or having them do pop-ups throughout December, showcasing products that they're making by hand for people to come in building up to Christmas. Someone who hasn't had an UnBarred beer, what would I give them? I think I would ask them what they would normally drink, what they don't like, what they do like, and try and challenge them. I think for me at the moment, one of the best ones for me that sort of challenges people's perception is our chai latte. So I was at a Dark Star event and had the chai latte on, and a couple of people came up and go, "Oh, a chai latte in a beer, that's a horrible idea." And then got them to try it, and then they loved it, and then they took it back to their friends, and then they came back and they tried it. If people say they're not into beer, they don't like it, get them to try this. It has virtually no hops in it. The whole flavour and aroma is coming from a long list of ingredients that we use in that one. From cinnamon, cardamom, rose water, Assam tea, a long, long list, and orange. Right, for me, I get loads of orange on the nose, and flavour going through it, and it all works so well. And that one seems to be one of those head-turner beers. You need to get people on it, and then yeah, they love it. So I'd probably steer them towards that if they were or weren't into beer. It seems to be a good intro to what we do. So if you want to find out more about UnBarred, definitely go to our website, unbarredbrewery.com. We have a blog on there that we're trying to keep up to date. So only a couple of months ago we did our blog for the launch of the new site. Before Christmas we'll do another one with everything upcoming. and our progress so far.